Okay, welcome to 1000 Ways, the show inspired by the Rumi quote from 800 years ago that there are 1000 ways to kiss the earth. I have a special set of guests tonight. This is a group. Never done this before on 1000 Ways. Amazing. So my group here, they call themselves the Black Squad. And I only really know Diane because Diane and I worked together on a project where we were trying to reduce adverse childhood experiences. And so that's where I know Diane from. But Diane, introduce yourself, and then let's hear from the rest of the Black Squad.
Hi, everyone, and for those who are watching, a pleasant good night to you all. My name is Diane Douglas, and I'm a student at Centennial College. January, I'll be in my fourth semester, and I'm proud tonight to introduce Kim, Juliana, and Deshawn from the Black Squad.
Hey, Deshawn, how did you come to be part of the Black Squad? How did that happen?
Okay, well, funny story, you see. So we all met in first semester, like Diane was saying, we all go to Centennial. And the funny thing with this is that we all clicked, we all clicked. We all have the same work ethic and everything like that. So we're like, you know what? Let's all be in the same block for our classes for next semester. So what I did was I made a group chat. I put everybody in the group chat, and I was like, okay, guys, this is our Black Squad. But then, for people named Madison, actually, she's not here right now, but she was like, oh, I thought it was Black Squad. And then we're like, okay, you know what? It's Black Squad. Like, this is the new squad, right? So that's how it came to be. So we're all, cool with each other and stuff like that. It's like a family. So, yeah.
Oh, man, Deshawn, that sounded really interesting. And then I lost you a little bit in here. Sister Google's not playing nice with us. But we'll carry on bravely, and I think I got most of that. Juliana, why don't you tell us how you came to be part of the Black Squad?
Oh, well, it was obviously with Deshawn, but Madison's not here, but we connected before the semester started, and then we met up and put up the class together, and eventually we all kind of started meeting each other and working together, and then Deshawn made the group chat.
Okay. My wife just informed me that our sound is terrible. Is that correct?
Echoing. Actually, they're very melodious talkers because it's got kind of a rap sound to it. But yeah, it's echoing.
Did you hear that? She says it's got kind of a rap sound to your speaking voice.
That's awesome.
That's a little better there.
All right. You know what? We're carrying on bravely. We with audio where it's going to be what it's going to be. So, okay. So drop.
Here. Here, it's echoing.
Yeah, I can hear the echo. Yeah. Well,
enjoy your talk. Sorry to interrupt.
Thank you for the feedback, honey. All right. What do you want to do? Do you want to carry on? Maybe we're going to have good audio or spotty audio. Do you want to carry on or just like call it good? I say we carry on.
Go for it.
Yeah, I want to carry on. Let's do it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's fine.
Just know that there's going to be some lags and some delays that do occur. And yes, Jesse, I know there is an echo.
I can hear all of you fine.
Yeah. All right. So Kim, tell us about your experience with joining the Black Squad.
The Black Squad. Well, I'm a student at Centennial College as well. We're all taking social service worker. That's our program. And we do not know each other at all. And I think we just started to speak with one another. Like Deshawn said, we clicked. We needed some assistance with homework, assignments. If any of us missed a class, decided to create a WhatsApp group so that we could stay in contact. It was originally created to kind of, help with social service worker program and, assignments, tests, quizzes, things like that. But we're a family now. We're the Black family.
Nice. And you have one missing member. Tell us about our missing member of the Black Squad.
We actually have two missing members.
Oh, my mistake. Okay. So, all right. Well, maybe we'll just leave them out of it then. If they're not here, then, by the way, I don't know. Deshaun and Kim and Juliana, if you know this, but Diane promised me that for tonight, I'm going to be an honorary member of the Black Squad. That's what I was told for this presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
you are.
No,
You are a
told us
member
that's
for tonight.
okay.
That's
Yes,
okay.
Alan. That's awesome. Let's go, Alan. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So
Did Diane
we
tell
all
you
got
that one
together.
of the members is not black?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think that was Kim. What were you saying, Kim?
I'm just wondering if Diane told you that one of our members is actually not black, so it's okay to have you in there too.
Oh, I did not know that. What kind of
The
criteria?
group is
What kind of
called
criteria
Black-
is it? Black Squad, what?
The group is called Black Squad plus Ruba because she's not black.
How very inclusive of you.
I mean, neither am I, but I'm just living her. So it's okay.
Well, that's nice that you're so welcoming that way. That's awesome. Yeah. So, and then the WhatsApp keeps you all together so you communicate, keep in touch with each other. And are you all in the same course of study? Are you all doing social service? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what brought you to social services? Why is that that your career path? Why is that important to you?
Well, for me, I have a passion for people, especially young people. And I just want to gear myself towards working with young people and showing them that someone like me out there who cares for them. So that kind of pushed me to chase that dream.
Nice. Yeah. And that's what you and I were talking about so much, is being there for kids, especially kids who have, suffered trauma, right? And how they can to assist them. Deshaun, how about you? What attracted you to that field?
So what attracted me basically is like, I know it may sound cliche. Yes, I do love people, and I want to be able to, the social injustices that happen in different communities, and I want to be able to create social change and be that voice for people who don't have that voice. I want to be able to provide resources. Like I just want to help, make a difference for people and make positive impacts in their lives and things like that. So I feel like definitely social service work is the right place for me,
Yeah. Beautiful sentiment. Thanks, Deshaun. How about you, Juliana?
I've always just wanted to just help people, and it's also just coming from like personal experience and some people I know that just have had some traumas, so I just want to be able to go to school and understand it better so I can actually help them. Also, I just kind of chose this program out of the blue, and honestly, it really worked out for me, and it really changed what I wanted to do with my life, and I'm enjoying it more than I really ever did when I started school.
Nice. That's great. So it was way better than what you even expected it was going to be, eh?
Yeah.
Cool. And how about you, Cam?
For me, it's I've always liked to help people, and a lot of people come to me, with any problems that they might have, just somebody to talk to. I'm a good listener and things like that. So with that social worker, with being able to help people, those ones like what Deshaun said that are in need, and those people that are not as fortunate as us. And we want to become a voice and an advocate for them because they're not able to. And if there's any way that we can do this, I think that we'd be a good example. And I'm all about being a good example for others, especially the younger generation. So this is why I decided to take social work.
Kim is like the mother of the group.
She's the mother of the group. All right.
Yeah, she is. She's the one that keeps us grounded.
All right. So it sounds like she's been elected president. Is that correct? She's president of the Black Squad. Is that nice?
Oh yeah.
That's great, Ken. Thank you so much. On the same theme, Diane, you and I were chatting with our Judel and Spencer about how we might reduce trauma for kids, right? What we might do, and I've been thinking about it more. And I actually think the right audience, first of all, is adult survivors of childhood trauma. because adult survivors of childhood trauma, it seems like they're either very much like they're never ever going to let that happen to a child again, or they learned or whatever, were influenced that if that happened to me, that's what I'm going to do to somebody else, kind of a thing, right? That the hurt become the ones who are hurt others, right? And so if you geared it towards adult survivors of adverse childhood experiences, and then showed them what the adverse childhood experiences were, ask them to self-rate themselves, and then have them encourage them to get the help they need with the trauma that they have suffered, right? And then it would go to the kids, like, you know, that same messaging would go from the adult to the children, hopefully, would be the hope. So anyways, that's kind of what the thought, what is rattling around in my brain that might make sense. So, yeah. So you've there it is a very true statement, I think, and I just learned this a couple weeks ago, that privilege is invisible to those who have it. Okay, privilege is invisible to those who have it. I am a guy with privilege, right? An old white guy. That's kind of top of the heap for privilege, right? So, Diane, has that always been your experience? Do you feel that you have privilege?
I believe I have the privilege, but not as white people.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I do believe that there's some sort of privilege that I can exercise, but I don't think I have the full privilege to do certain things or to get certain jobs that I want to do because of my skin color. That's what I believe. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. And do you think it's like an intentional act, or just something kind of built into the system that's how it works? We humans are more inclined to connect with people that look a lot like us, right? Like I don't think that's a big surprise for anybody, right? So is that
yeah? I kind of think that it builds in the system, because if you look at it from a different standpoint, we were all created as one. But human beings try to separate us for us to be different species. But I believe that it's a system thing. I can be wrong, but I stand corrected.
Yeah, but your experience is you've had situations occur in your life where if your skin color wasn't that beautiful ebony that it is, that you would have been treated differently, right?
Oh yes. Yeah,
okay, cool. Deshaun, how about you?
Okay, so I believe, just like Diane was saying, you know, I believe that I do have some privilege, but I feel like personally, because I'm a male, I do have more privilege than the three ladies here. So I basically feel like, say if I were to go for another job or something like that, right? Say hypothetically, say if I would get, say personally, like if I were to get this job at, I don't know, like maybe like a warehouse or something like that, and the lady tried to get that job too. Chances are the male is going to get the job. Chances are, just because of the labor and things like that. But the thing is, the female could do things just like the male as well. You know, of course, like the male may be a bit more stronger, but say if like the female had like, you know, techniques and things like that, skills, for instance, to use like to operate like a truck or something like that, you know. There are other things that people can do, but just because, like I said, because I'm a male, I would have more, you know, privilege than the female. So as for like, you know, skin color wise, you know, like as you can see, like I'm black, right? So like,
what?
You know,
what did that happen?
So it's like, so just like, yeah, like for certain things, I wouldn't have that privilege, you know, like for instance, like again, like if I were to go try to get a job and, you know, a white male were to try to apply for that job, chances are, you know, that person would get that job and I would be like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like my skill sets and everything are the exact same, but you know, so there definitely are things that are, you know, unfortunate.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's not just employment where that's an issue, but employment is certainly some that has a significant economic benefit, whether you can get a job you want or the job that you are qualified and able to do, right? If that's the reason you don't get it is because of skin color, right? Juliana, you got anything to share to this conversation?
I don't know.
It's not a test. If you don't have to
Sorry.
comment. That's okay.
Okay,
Kim,
cool.
Kim,
Kim,
it's you.
your turn.
I don't think I'm privileged because I'm not your average person that society would accept. I'm a Black female. Society accepts white males, and that is just the norm, and that's how it's been for a very long time. So no, I don't find that I'm privileged because, like Deshaun said, if I go for a job interview, a Black female, whereas a white male may go for that unless they're specifically looking for a Black female or they're looking for someone to fill that minority gap that they need to fill, then no, I'm not going to probably get that job. I don't have the privilege of when I was growing up learning about Black history in my schools because we were learning about Canadian history and that was the majority of white people. We have a little ounce of Black history that we may learn. So no, I'm not privileged in that aspect. I'm not privileged when it comes to authorities and police because as a Black female, compared to maybe a white female or a white male, I'm probably the one that they'll be looking down with. Am I not right?
Okay.
That's
Good.
just my opinion.
No, that's good.
I'm not privileged in that sense.
I agree.
Yeah. We're looking, you have lived experience that I do not have, right? That's the reality of it,
Exactly.
right? Like
Absolutely.
I think Diane, you had mentioned one time, like, if you went into a store that because you're Black, maybe they suspect that you're going to shoplift or something. They would watch you, or they might not. They wouldn't pay any attention to me, kind of a thing, right? So,
True.
I understand. Sure, yeah. So how do we get, like, where color doesn't matter, where color is, we're all colorblind. How do we get where we're all colorblind? How does that happen?
I don't think we should get we're all colorblind.
No.
Yeah.
The way
What should
that
we
I
get?
look at it, no. I think we should be able to recognize that there are differences and there are Black and there are white people and there are Asian people. There's all types of people, and what we need to learn to do is to accept each other. We don't need to be colorblind.
Personally, I feel like along what Kim was saying too, like I feel like personally we shouldn't be colorblind. I feel like we should definitely take note, if yes, you are a Black person, yes, you are a white person, you know what I mean? And it's just like at the end of the day, I feel like you gotta educate yourself on certain things. Because if you don't educate yourself on, certain things, then like, just be aware of like how people may live and things like that. That's not, I mean, it can come up as like assumptions and things like that. And, personally, I feel like we just gotta make sure and, you just gotta make sure and figure things out, like you can't do that colorblind approach because that can do more harm than done, personally, what I feel like.
Okay, so it's just more recognition of differences, but that the differences don't matter. Is that kind of more accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me share this with you. Remember I was saying about how to address ACEs and make the target the people, adults who have suffered ACEs as a child. I have this. I get very enamored with this concept. I love this. I'd like to see that we're all 3H humans. 3H humans. Okay. And so 3H humans are healthy, helping, happy humans. What do you digging that? You like that?
That's good.
And
Healthy.
then the humans part of it, of course, humans is most inclusive, right? There's no division because of color or sexual orientation or gender or race or religion. It's just humans. So if everybody could be that healthy, helping, happy humans, life would be a pretty good place.
That's true, and I agree with that. But how do we get to that? How do we get to that process? Like, how will that happen?
I don't know. You're the social worker. I'm just throwing out the ideas. You take care of
it. You got you with that one, Diane. You got you with that one.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've introduced it. I've deferred it over, delegated to the Black Squad. Let them get it looked after. It's all good.
True. I agree with you, Alan. But it's not that it's impossible. it's possible that that can happen, but it's going to take a lot of work. And I believe like this generation, I mean, our generation, the Black Squad generation that's coming up, I think hoping that we go out and make a difference in the social service area and try to implement these things so we can be better people and help those to be better people. But it's gonna be a challenge because not everybody's gonna be in support to what we're doing as Black people. Not everyone is gonna be in supportive of what we're gonna put out there to help build a better generation. So it's gonna be a challenge. Not that it cannot happen, it can, but it's gonna be very challenging.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, when things have gone on one way for, I don't know, 200 years, or like when, I don't know what the actual dates are, but I mean, you think from slavery, where your ancestors would have been slaves at one time or could have been slaves in a ways, and then progressively, I think you've experienced like the racism you're experiencing is probably less than the racism of your mother and father, which is probably less of the racism of your grandma and grandpa. What do you think? Would you agree with that? It's reducing in scope?
Wow.
Nah.
No, I don't think. Okay, so here's the thing. It may seem like it's reducing because people aren't as open as they were about it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a
Okay.
whole overt and covert thing. So people are hiding it, but it's there and it's alive. And I think the only way that we could start to move towards um, getting rid of anti-Black racism is probably by, like we said before, acknowledging that it's there and it's a problem. And we need help. We need help from those that are in power, the authorities, the institutions, the schools, the healthcare, even social services, everything that's out there. If we don't have help from those that are in power, then we won't get anywhere. And we need to educate ourselves so
That's
that
right.
we know that this is a problem and that we need to do this. Otherwise, it's
Okay.
just going to continue. It may seem like it'll be less, but it's never less.
Interesting. Okay, because why I said that is because I was on this webinar with this doctor. She's a Black female doctor, and she can't remember her name. I should have, but I don't remember it. And anyways, she started her presentation with a picture of her grandma and grandpa, and said, here's what they did. And it was like very menial labor, very poor, that kind of a thing. And here's my mom and dad, right? And where her grandpa and grandma were very similar to a slave type existence, let's say it that, like, in terms of economic slavery, for sure. Her mother and father had a way better opportunity, but were still people sometimes, curse them names and spit at them and those kind of things. And then she says, that's not my experience. People don't overtly call me names or spit at me. I know there's racism still there, but not as overt, at least, as it once was, and maybe lesser in degree. Or maybe it's just all that it's covert instead, right? I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, before they wouldn't be able to go and work for a certain company, whereas now we can. But I think this line of management will probably still feel the same way as those back 20, 50, 60, 100 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that'd be sad if that's true, and I wouldn't know that. But I'll accept your, if that's the way you feel is, then I'll accept your point of view that is. So, yeah, yeah. So what's the, how do we move forward? How do we move forward? Diane asked that question, said, hey, that'd be great if we were all just humans and there was no distinctions. So then, but how do we get there, I guess, is the question. I think COVID, in a sense, is something that allows us to kind of reframe our relationships with other human beings, because we're all in the same thing, right? Doesn't matter where you live or what color you are or what religion you are. We're all facing the same experience right now. And so to know that we're all at that core level, we're all the same, right? And for most things, we're all the same. So then why wouldn't we be more agreeable or amenable to work together, especially where more diverse viewpoints provide for more thorough and thorough and effective type solutions, right? That's what diversity, the beauty of diversity is, as I see it, that, you know, you have these different perspectives, and these different perspectives are what give you a more complete and full answer about any given problem. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm talking a lot. You guys jump in here.
You know what, Alan, I also believe if we come together as a country or as a nation, as one, we can fight, we can combat this racism. But because some people just still believe that I'm white, so I'm more privileged than you, I don't care about you, so whatever happened, it will continue like this. But if everyone come together as one, it will be a better society. And I also put blames on the heads, the government, because if the pipe is dirty, then the stream is going to be dirty also. So if the head is dirty, the stream is going to be dirty. So if the head is not on top of things, it will never be. There will never be a change. It will never be different.
If the pipe is dirty, the water's dirty. Is that a Jamaican thing? A Jamaican phrase? I've never heard that before.
I was expecting that, but that's just a quote. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Nice.
But one thing too, definitely to help eliminate the problem is, you know, for allyship, you know, and solidarity, things like that, you know, that would definitely help us, you know, in the, you know, just to defeat the social, just the problem, you know, like for instance, like to be an ally, there's so many ways you can be an ally. Like for instance, you could easily just you can help do like protests. I mean, like right now, you know, COVID, I understand you can't really go outside and do protests and things like that, you know. But small little things like, for instance, like correcting somebody. If you see somebody doing something wrong, you know, like somebody saying like a racial slur or something like that, correct them. You know, tell them like that's not right. You know, there are things like microaggressions that a lot of people actually don't really know. Like for instance, like say if there's a black girl who had long hair, like, and somebody said, "Hey, can I touch your hair?" or "Is that real?" Things like that. You know, that's a microaggression, and it may not be deemed to be like hurtful, like that person's trying to hurt that person, but like to that other person who's being, you know, getting that microaggression, it's just like, why you, you know what I mean? Like, why you gotta touch my hair? Like, you know what I mean? Like things like that. You know, we gotta just basically like educate ourselves on things where it's just like, nah, like that's wrong. Like, don't do that kind of thing. Because education, you know, just by educating yourself will definitely help you in the future and help with the cause, you know. So yeah.
Help me out with the touching the hair part. Do people come up to black people and say, "Can I touch your hair?" Really?
all the time.
Oh,
the
yeah.
time.
All the time.
Really?
all the time, especially the white
the
people.
time.
Funny
They
story,
don't
okay.
understand because it looks different, right? It doesn't look like what they're used to. And
It's true.
like it's yeah.
Yeah, because first it's funny too because the other day when I was at work, somebody asked me if my hair was like if I had real braids because I have braids underneath my dread, and yeah, they asked me, "Oh, is that real? Is that real?" I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" like, hold on, like, you gotta relax, like you gotta relax. I was really surprised, but you'd be surprised at a lot of encounters that you know black people deal with, man. It's interesting,
Okay.
man.
I would never thought that. So, okay, interesting. Okay.
Like,
Go ahead.
oh yeah, yeah. Like another example of a microaggression would be like, you know how there's like this weird stigma or whatever, where it's just like Asian people are good at math. Like hey, you're good at math. Like wow, you're Chinese. Like something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's a microaggression because it's like just because I'm Chinese doesn't mean that I'm good at math. You know, I could be really bad at math. I could be, that's like an instance where it's a
Stereotype.
microaggression. Yeah, stereotypes. Basically, it's just like that. So. Little things, man. Little things. It's very strange. You would think like, yo, don't do that, but hey, yeah, people do it. So.
Yeah, I agree with Deshaun. He's right. He's right. I mean, just by letting people know right now that this is not acceptable, it's not okay. And then the next time they make that comment, they might think twice, right?
Right. Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. You know what? It just from the outside looking in, I would think any kind of like the person who wanted to touch your hair, which weird as that is, it's like not. It's not. It's they're reaching out to have a conversation. They're reaching out to connect with you, maybe about something that you feel a little weirded out about. But it's not. You know, if somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, old white guy here, I'd like to touch a little bit of that," I'd say, "Yeah, come on, bring it on, give it a little rub there." So, like, I don't know if that's a problem, but I might be somebody who would, if I was into hair, I might be somebody who would do a microaggression and not even think of it, right? So, like,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of them are innocent. Some of them don't really understand that
Yeah,
what they're
that's definitely
doing.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's definitely
Yeah.
what it is, because I want to say, I don't want to say all the time, but I'm pretty sure most of the time, like if somebody comes up to you and be like, "Oh, is that real? Like, can I touch it?" Like, it probably isn't like supposed to be like innocent kind of thing like that, but it's just like you gotta relax. Like, I don't want you to be touching my hair and ask me like if it's real. Like, that's like embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and this is why we have to educate them. We have to let them know that it's insulting, right? It's not something that it's an innocent question. So now they know, and if everyone will know that it's almost like we take it as a little bit of a mockery, right? Like, oh, look, this is such a different looking person. They're so unique. They're not like us, and they want to pluck and pull and poke and do all kinds of things, right? And we're not
yank. Like,
we're not guinea pigs, you know what I'm saying?
Well, as you know, like racism obviously isn't a thing that it's something kids learn, right? I mean, it's not, and no child is born to say, "Ooh, look at this is a bad person because they're white or yellow or red or whatever color they are." No child knows that. They're taught it, right? I can remember being little and going, and we were in a little community in Manitoba, and there was not a black person for 100 miles. That's just the reality of our demographic, right? And so I knew no black people. But if we went into the town, into Winnipeg, the big city, and I was with my mother. If my mother saw a black person, she would say something really, I forget what it was, like mumbo something, or it was something very disparaging. And I can remember like looking up and thinking, what does that mean? Well, like, what I didn't get what she was even talking about, right? But that was obviously, she would have been somebody, she's passed away now, but obviously she would have been somebody who was certainly had, at least at that stage of her life, had some prejudice against black people with the comments that she's made to me when I was a little person, right? So, and I never understood those. But the fact is, how do you break those down is by meeting people. Diversity again is important, by meeting people who are different than you and getting to realize, hey, they're not very real different than me, right? We have a lot of we have way more in common than we do in different, right? So yeah.
No, that's true. And this is why I was saying, like, going back to like the Canadian corporations and the government and the educational institutions, like if we can teach the younger generation these type of things, like what a microaggression is, what anti-black racism is, and just let them know like what these things are, we can start teaching them from a younger age so that when they get older, they know what's acceptable and what's not. And there should be no excuse, right?
exactly.
Right. Yeah, that makes really good sense. So if I called, I want to make sure that I'm not doing any microaggressions. Okay.
Education.
John, if I called
You'll be off the black squad.
my membership with the black squad lasted 30 minutes and then I was kicked off. Damn it. So Deshaun, if I referred to you as my brother, that wouldn't be insulting in any way, would it?
Nah. It wouldn't be insulting at all. It's just, my brother. Yeah. Like it's not insulting. That's not a microaggression.
Okay, all right. And now the same thing in referring to a woman, to Diane or Kim or are you with us still, Juliana? Oh yeah, she's there. Okay, good. If I said sister or daughter would be more appropriate with my age and your age. If I said daughter or sister, would that be insulting? Do you feel weirded out by that or anything?
Nah,
No. All right.
no.
Okay. Okay. Just checking. All
Checking
right.
out the
No,
boundaries.
yeah,
Checking out the
no,
boundaries.
that's
Exactly.
good.
And I gotta be honest with you. One of my favorite singers in the world is like an 80-year-old black woman, Mavis Staples, and I love singing the way Mavis Staples sings, and she's amazing. But I sometimes pick up some of like her lingo or her language or her inferences because she's black, right? So, and I sing them the way that she sings them. Which I don't know how she'd feel if she heard me sing it. She might, what is this old white guy doing trying to be an 80-year-old blues woman? But anyways, that happens.
Are you gonna give us a preview, Alan? Are you gonna give us a preview of that little bit?
Sure, you ready?
I think you should.
Ready.
I'm ready. Go for it.
Oh man, here we go. He's
Get the mic in the right position. Met myself a coming county welfare line. I was strung out, hung out on the line. I saw myself going down to war in June. All I want is to write myself a tune. Wrote a song for everyone, wrote a song for truth, wrote a song for everyone, and I couldn't even talk to you. Got myself arrested, wound me up in jail. Rich man bound to blow up, communication failed. If you see the answer, now's the time to say, all I want is to get you down and pray. Wrote a song for everyone, wrote a song for truth, wrote a song for everyone, and I couldn't even talk to you. Saw the people standing 1,000 years in chains. People say it's different now. Kim says it's still the same. If you see the answer, now's the time to say, all I want is to get you down and pray.
Nice.
That was amazing, Alan. Oh my God.
Thank you.
That was great.
Oh my
That
goodness.
was good.
Anyways,
Alan
I'm
is
a big
amazing.
fan of Mavis
Alan is
Staples.
talent.
Sometimes I'm sure people might think, oh, that seems a little odd. But anyways, it's not a microaggression. I'm a big fan. Yes.
Yes, Alan. Yes,
Yeah.
Alan. I did not know you had that talent, man. I did not know that, but you have it. You have it.
So every night I go and sing about an hour every night. So after we're done our little show, then I'll go sing, not for an hour tonight because we've already been doing this, but I'll sing for a half hour or something like that. And I really think it's the best tool that you can use for self-care. Singing is so good for you, like everywhere, mentally, physically, emotionally. It's so good for you. And anyways, I think everybody should do it.
You ever tried to
Yeah,
go on
Go
Canadian
ahead, Deshaun.
Idol, Alan?
No. I sing in my basement. This is really easy. I walk down, turn the mic on, and start singing. So.
Oh man.
All right. Have we solved all the world's problems?
Oh, Alan, there's so much problems. There's so much problems, Alan. I don't even know where to start, Alan.
It's true.
Oh man. There's
Let's
so
start
much
with who's
problems.
taking the vaccine.
Let's start with which?
The vaccine.
Vaccine. Yes.
Let's find out who wants to take the vaccine.
Ooh, this is
Are you gonna take it,
Get
Alan?
the vaccine when it's available? Are you all going to get it?
Alan, I don't want to lie to you. You know, I'm on live and everything. I can't lie, but I don't think I want to take the vaccine yet. You know, not yet.
You're
like
not
maybe
gonna.
like not yet. You know, I will
Okay.
take the vaccine, but not yet. Like give it some time. I need to see what's happening with the symptoms and all these other all these other things, Alan. I just don't want to, God forbid we had it. Okay.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to take it as soon as I have it available. Diane, what are you going to do?
I'm with Deshaun. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna take it as yet.
Really? Okay.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure because when I look at it, this is how I look at it, Alan. When the virus just came out, they said there wasn't any vaccine, right? First, they said that the mask was not even good to wear. And then the vaccine came out in no time. And when I look at the other diseases, for example, HIV, cancer, there's nothing to solve those problems. But this virus came out and they said no vaccine. And then in less than a year, there's a vaccine. So that allowed me to think deeply. Because if a vaccine is going to come out, they have to do a lot of tests, which I know they have done certain tests, but I'm just not in agreement with this vaccine thing.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
How about you,
yeah.
Kim? What's your thoughts?
I'm not a big fan of human experimentation on vaccines, especially when it comes to Black people. Because I'm gonna bring it up. The Tuskegee study back in 1930s, whenever it was, and they had a whole bunch of Black males tested and didn't tell them what they were being injected with, and it was syphilis. And so when it comes to the things and we actually learned about it in social work. A few of our professors told us, that this is something that Black people are not aware of. And one professor actually told me that at one point, a lot of scientists and health practitioners believe that Black people didn't feel pain, and it's something I looked up and researched, and it's true. And these are things that happened in the past, and what's to say it's not something that's still believed by a lot of medical practitioners today? So if I ever take it, I mean, there are a lot of vaccines out there like chickenpox and rubella and all those other vaccines that work perfectly fine. Influenza people take it all the time. Am I going to now? Absolutely not. I will wait maybe until someone that I actually know face to face, that I speak with, probably someone first frontline, like a nurse or someone. Wait a bit, maybe after 6 months or so, and see how it goes. Consider taking it, but right now, no. I'll have my greens and my herbs and all my good stuff, and I'll take the natural remedies to try and keep safe. Natural healing.
So you're doing you're maintaining your health and your immunity naturally as best as you can with what you eat and what you the supplements you take. Yeah.
Yes. All natural, right? Yeah. I think a lot of the things we can get from the things that we eat.
Yeah. So you know what? Speaking of that, when you're talking about the Black male that they used as guinea pigs back in the day. Oh, are we back? Everybody here?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
We kind of faded out for a minute. I was just saying though that I guess there was as well where they were testing insulin for diabetics, and the test group was the Black people. The Black guys. The white guys got all the insulin, and they noticed right away that it helped their diabetes, and but they to make the test, the duration of the test, they never gave the Black test subjects any of the insulin. So their conditions got worse and worse and worse, and they never started using the medication because it was obviously they viewed Black people as somewhat expendable in relation to white people, right? That's the only conclusion you can draw. Juliana, you gonna get the COVID vaccine when it's available?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. I know.
What makes you say maybe? I want to hear this one.
Sure.
Well, I don't know. It just depends on how everything is by then. But I mean, like, I don't know if it's true, but I'm hearing things like you can't go to concerts, you can't go to clubs or anything if you don't get it. So I'm just like, oh, maybe. But I don't know what's true and what's not.
Can't travel.
That's why you can't travel, and I have family I want to go see. So if that's the case, then I'd definitely get it. But like, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I think further to Diane's thing that, hey, it's been rushed, or we're, Kim's thing that it's experimental. I mean, I guess you think about this in comparison with any other vaccine that's ever been introduced. They had the most motivation and scientists from all over the world working on it. Should it have gone faster? Hell yeah. Of course it should have gone faster. When you pour more people, the smartest minds, and as much money as you want to make it happen, you can make things happen real quick. So I'm not worried about them rushing it. I don't think that's, from my perspective, there's no concern. It makes sense that it would have been prepared quicker, just with that much resources going towards getting that, is kind of the way I see it. So yeah. So Kim, if you're
gonna take it to try and get back some freedom.
I'm sorry, say again.
I try to be. No, I said I think people are going to try and take it as well to try and get back some of their freedoms that were taken.
Yes. If they take I haven't heard this, but what you're telling me, or what I infer from what you're telling me, is that if you don't take the vaccine, then you can't travel, or you can't go to big groups. Whereas if you've taken the vaccine, then you would be less restricted in moving around because of COVID. That's kind of what you've heard?
Oh yeah, I also heard that.
That's what I've heard. I know that there's going to be a lot of restrictions.
Yeah, definitely. I heard that you can't go to the movies, and I love going to the movies with my girlfriend. So I mean, hey, that's something very exciting. Oh God, I love going to the theater, Cineplex, but I heard that you need to get the vaccine to go. So it's like, oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just be Netflix. So Alan, I got a question for you. So
I think we're frozen again.
Oh, sorry. Can you, is it good now? Is it frozen? Am I frozen?
We lost him. Ooh,
Oh, Alan,
hi guys.
We're still live though.
We're still live, but I'm not seeing him.
Alan, where are you?
Where are you?
I guess it's now the Black Squad show.
We've taken over.
Hi everyone, we're still live. I know some of you might be watching live. We're still live. We're just having some technical difficulty, right?
It happens.
I'm not
hoping
sure.
Everybody is doing good at home, relaxing, doing your thing, being safe, going outside, putting on your mask. Make sure you put on your mask.
Yes.
Stay safe, y'all.
Yeah, a big shout out to the Black Squad.
Yeah, big shout out to Black Squad.
To those that join us today. Philip, Ruba, Madison. We're here representing for you guys. Sorry that you didn't make it, but you're still here with us. One love.
In spirit.
One love, Black Squad. Keep it safe.
Yeah. I hope Alan could come back, because I have to run and I wanted to say goodbye to him.
Yeah, I think he's coming back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Alan, Black Squad wasn't complete. We needed you back, so I'm happy you're back.
Hello.
Yes, we're hearing you, Alan.
I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. There's Diane, Deshaun, Kim. You're all back. Hallelujah.
Oh yeah. Hallelujah. Oh God, Alan.
Okay. Well, obviously we're having some problems. Mine just shut right down, and then I could come back in. But I know that the audio from Deshaun, he was saying the most amazing, beautiful things were coming out of his mouth. I couldn't understand a word of it.
Oh man, it was lovely. I'm telling you, Alan, it was very lovely.
It was amazing, eh?
But my question to you, Alan, was what makes you want to take the vaccine? I'd like to hear your point of view.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have not gone to school for 8 years to become a doctor. And the people that do that are very advanced, very smart people, very people who want to make a difference, that people who want to save people's lives, and who know this very well. And it's not like one really smart person who's been to school for 8 years or 10 years or 20 years, however long it's been. It's I don't know how many very smart medical people and scientists worked on this, but probably thousands and thousands of them, right? Collaborating back and forth. We found out this, and so I'm very confident. Whoa. I'm very confident that the vaccine will be safe. So that's my thought.
Okay. I mean, hey, that's fair. Everyone has their.
Sure. And so, right now we could start up a little bit of prejudice about black people right here. We could say those black people, they won't take vaccines. The white person did, but the black people, nope. Anyways, I'm teasing because I get the concern about it. I just think that those would be all done. And it's not like a good thing about it too. It's been very diverse in terms of who's been tested on it, right? In Canada, I guess they've been doing up like February, right?
No, Alan.
Alan is gone.
Hey,
Alan is gone again.
Frozen.
Oh, Alan is here. Alan.
We can hear him. He's just frozen. Yeah, here we
No,
go.
you're back.
Hello. Oh, we're all back again.
Yes. Oh, your screen is loading.
Yeah. So Kim, you said you have to run, right?
I do have to run. Alan, can you hear me?
Alan is he's loading. Oh, he's back.
Hi there. Are we all back?
Yes.
Yes. Hey.
Oh yes, we're
Hi.
back.
I think
Yeah.
Sister Google is not helping us anymore. I think we're gonna have to call this good.
That's okay.
That's okay, Alan.
Yeah, I think it's.
I
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Black Squad, for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. Appreciate. We will be around.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes, Alan. Oh, Alan
God.
is frozen.
He's frozen.
That's okay.
But the next time,
All right,
Alan,
guys.
you will
Merry Christmas.